Okay then, Gaffer, back into action with midweek match at Bristol Rovers in the Checkatrade Trophy. How much are you looking forward to getting back in that competition?
I think there's been a lot of controversial conversations about the Checkatrade Trophy, but it's a trophy that I believe in as a manager. It's another game for us to pit our wits against good opposition. I thought the Portsmouth game was a good break from the league. It enabled us to play certain individuals, players that had not played before, and people like Madison, they made their debuts for the football club. So I think there's a lot of positives to take out of it.
You made some changes last time, and obviously it was a fantastic game here at Hewish Park. You can make up to 6 changes. Is that something that you'll be looking to probably do again tonight?
It's certainly a game that we want to win, and at the same time you've got to find the balance to make sure that you've still got regular players that play on a regular basis, so that's important as well. But yeah, we'll be adding 1 or 2 players that have not been involved recently, and it gives them a chance to be able to show me what they can do for selection on Saturday.
You want to win every game, but a win tonight will guarantee that you progress from the group stages. Does that add that little bit extra to this match?
It does, because if you get a win, that sets us up nicely, and I think going to Reading gives you an extra boost, an extra bit of confidence going into the game on Saturday. And the players want to win every training session, every game, because they're a good group that I believe in.
Whilst it won't be a packed out Memorial Ground, it's still a relatively local derby and another match where on the pitch you've played in some feisty games there. There'll be some big challenges going in, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, even last year when I look at the game, and it was a game that we secured our League 2 safety, which was massive, and it's always a game when you're at the Memorial Stadium that creates a good environment. Whether there be 300 or 400 people there, we don't know. But I thought the game against Portsmouth, I think we had 1,500, and that 1,500 made a lot of noise. So I expect exactly the same tonight at Bristol Rovers.
What kind of game do you expect? Obviously the 2 games against Rovers last year were 2 very close games. They're obviously in League 1 now. What kind of challenge do you expect?
I think Darren will make changes. I think he's got a big enough squad to make changes. He made changes in the last round, and I'm sure he'll make changes after his good win against Northampton. He's a good manager, and he's very flexible with his shape. Sometimes they play 3 at the back, 4. And he's got good experienced players. So I expect a good game of football, 2 managers that have got a lot of respect for each other, but at the same time it's a local derby.
And how's your squad looking injury-wise?
We've got 1 or 2, or not 1 or 2, we've got 2 or 3 that carry on from Saturday, and it's important we make sure between myself and the physio department that we get it right going into the game on Saturday, of course, because the leagues is vital that we get our results in the league, and if you get 2 wins in the league, then the table looks completely different. So we have to make sure we got our eye on that at the same time. But it's a game tonight where the players look forward to because of the environment they're going into, and that in itself should create a good game.
Even though there's 2 games in the league that we've lost the last 2, when you won the first Checkatrade Trophy game here in the manner that you did, do you almost forget that league form and just remember that game against Portsmouth?
I think every game you assess on its own merit. Obviously playing Saturday and then going into Bristol Rovers, they pose different threats. They've got different strengths, different weaknesses. We're playing a League 1 club that are on the back of promotion last year. They've got players there that if they're not involved, they'll be looking to get into the first team. So every game you've got to assess a little bit different, because they may change their shape tonight. But what we have got to do is the players that play a massive part in looking to get our win tonight, they have to make sure they contribute well enough to make sure they put themselves in my mind to select them on Saturday.
Connor Roberts is a player who could well play for Rovers tonight. Is it going to be strange for you to see him on an opposing team as opposed to for your side?
It will be. I'll have to mention to him if he don't get enough games, he knows he's always welcome back at YTFC, because he's a good lad. He's got a great work ethic, and he had everything that a young lad could possibly need to get to the top, whether that be this year, whether that be in 2 years' time. But his attitude was immense, and you always feel proud to bring a player in at a football club and he develops here. And the unfortunate thing is when they seem to get to a stage and they do very well when you need them most, they seem to go to a higher club. But we're very proud in the players that we've got, and I'm sure by the end of the season we'll be talking about our players developing exactly the same as what Connor did within his season loan spell at this club.